Today is an amazing day. Today is a very special day. The day has finally come. Insta360 have finally released ND filters for the Insta360 X5. So before we get into why this is such an amazing day, if you don't know what ND filters are, basically ND filters are like sunglasses for your camera, and ND filters enable you to shoot in complete manual settings on your camera, enabling you to double your shutter speed for your frame rate. So if you're shooting 30 frames per second, you would shoot at a shutter speed of 1/60. And without ND filters shooting out during the day, your footage will be completely overexposed because the shutter can't go higher to compensate for that overexposure. And that's why you use ND filters at different strength levels. For example, ND8, 16, 32, 64, you chuck the ND onto your lens and it will correctly expose your footage with your shutter speed locked at 1/60. And why would you have your shutter speed locked at 1/60? That is to create the smooth motion blur effect, or that realistic motion blur effect. So if I were to throw my hand around right now, you can see there's motion blur. If I throw my hand around now, you can see there's no motion blur. We're at a shutter speed of 1/800. And typically cameras, when shooting in auto settings like the Insta360 X5, will increase that shutter speed as much as possible to keep the exposure correct. So basically, the only option you had really with 360 cameras was shooting in auto settings, so you were never able to get that smooth, beautiful motion blur that you can on traditional action cameras like the Ace Pro 2 or my pro camera like the Sony a7 IV here. Basically, with the release of these Insta360 X5 ND filters, it is now possible to make your X5 footage or 360 footage have motion blur, natural motion blur in it. Look at that. The day has finally come. I never thought I'd see it. Having ND filters for 360 cameras opens up so many opportunities and creative possibilities. So enough talking, let's get the X5 set up with the ND filters, head out into the real world and see what creative shots we can get with it. I'm also gonna do a little motovlogging section with the X5 and the ND filters, and I'm gonna be connecting the new Insta360 Mic Air directly to the X5 via Bluetooth to motovlog with and see how the audio quality sounds like on this Mic Air. This video isn't gonna be the exact settings I use with the Insta360 X5 and the ND filters. It's more so gonna be a first impressions using the ND filters with the X5. And once I get my practice with the camera and change around settings, I'll be able to provide my insights and experience with you to give you the best settings to use with the X5 and ND filter setup. So let's head out on the bike and see what we can capture.
I don't get it.
And here we go, out on the ZX6R motovlogging on the X5 with ND filters. Here is the same POV shot without the ND filters to show you the difference and what the ND filters actually do. As you can see, this footage has beautiful, smooth, natural motion blur, which is so nice. I'm currently using ND64, the highest ND filter strength. It is an extremely beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. Oh no, there's clouds over there, but it's a very bright blue day. I would have liked a bit more cloud, but it is what it is. It's been raining non-stop for the past week and a half. So finally the weather clearing up to shoot this video is perfect. We're also using the Insta360 Mic Air to motovlog with right now. It is connected to the X5 via Bluetooth. And this is the first time I'm using this microphone. It's just inside of my helmet right now. I'm interested to see and hear how it sounds. We're just gonna go for a cruise, maybe find a spot to set up, get a couple cool videos. I'm interested to hear how the mic sounds at these speeds. I went out earlier this morning to get those shots across the bridge. That bridge, it's my testing ground. Can we just name it Jesse's testing ground now or something like that? Because any new thing I get, I go there and I test it out there. But we went there, got a couple cool shots, and yeah, it's exactly what I was hoping for. Let me just get through here real quick. The motion blur, the locked on effect with the ND filters, and the footage just looks so cool, so creative. I was shooting 8K 30 frames per second earlier this morning. Now I'm shooting 5.7K because I want to enable HDR. I think that'll be a beneficial option with the ND filters. So we're shooting lower quality, but we have HDR enabled. Look at it, you can see me right now. It looks crazy. Looks like I got an iPhone strapped to my helmet, like a skinny iPhone. That's so funny. Is this the new ultimate motovlogging setup? You get that super wide field of view because it's a 360 camera. You can reframe it later and choose how wide you want the FOV to go. And now that it has ND filters, we get that smooth natural motion blur. I hope choosing 5.7K over 8K for the HDR right now is a good choice. And this entire motovlogging segment isn't just a a waste. I feel like going to a beautiful scenic view just to park up and chill for a bit, get a few cinematic shots, chill out for a bit, and I think I have a place in mind. The new mic Air from Insta360, so good just to vlog with when you're not riding a motorcycle. I'm really interested to see how it sounds right now. Like it's right at my mouth. Like you couldn't get any closer. It's basically touching my mouth inside of the helmet with all of this wind noise. If it sounds good, I'm gonna be really, really surprised. It probably sounds similar to the DJI Mic Mini because that mic also doesn't have 32-bit float. They're just connecting directly to the cameras with Bluetooth. They tend to clip when it's this close to your mouth and also doesn't have 32-bit float. So yeah, but the mics are super small. They fit inside the helmet, which is really, really cool. And being able to connect via Bluetooth and not use any wires is really cool. But if you want a consistent, good sounding audio, getting a lav mic is probably the best way to go. That's usually what I record when I'm motovlogging and want to pick up my voice. Lav mics, probably the best way to go. But I'm really interested to see how this sounds, testing out the new mic Air. If it sounds good, maybe I swap to this. And if it doesn't sound good, then this entire day of this motovlog is a waste. That wouldn't be good. But yeah, this is also really my first proper day out using this setup with the ND filters. So I'm still working around the settings to figure out the best setup. Within a couple more test runs and test rides, I'll be able to lock in and dial in the best settings to show you all. But yeah, honestly, I'm just pumped there's ND filters. I wonder what it's going to look like a year from now. It's going to be even better. And that's crazy to think. Ooh. Those used to be my favorite cars, WRXs, specifically the hatchback, WRX hatchback. Oh. What is happening? Where is all that cardboard coming from? Oh, dodge it. That's not good. Whoa! That motorcycle had a trailer. I've never seen that before. Getting caught at all the lights. Ooh. I've ridden one of those. They're actually really fun. The cruiser style. Like I'm bent all the way over and he's chilling back. When you ride those, you can feel like you could actually ride them for hours, like all day without stopping. Before I'd ridden one, I'd never been interested in them. Not that I'm interested now, like I wouldn't want to buy one, but they're fun to ride. That is loud. It's a completely different riding style, and you gotta appreciate it. It's fun and chill. It feels like you're sitting in a couch the whole time. Here we are. Just about made it to the spot. Yeah, there's no one here. Oh, no, we got a postman. That's cool. We both have the same idea. Find a nice spot to chill. The view over this hill is beautiful. Oh, no, we're not alone. Never mind. That's a big dog. Look at that view. Wow. Yo. That is insane. Yeah, I need this. I'm gonna chill out for a bit. Sometimes it's nice to just come and find a spot and chill.
When I heard the ND filters were going to be a possibility for the 360 camera, instantly the first issue that I thought of was the jitter effect. When you use ND filters and lock your shutter speed out at 1/60 and also have stabilization enabled in these action cameras, you get a motion blur jitter effect, which doesn't look very nice. Stabilization in action cameras prefers a super sharp image with no motion blur at all to get the best stabilization effect, especially in these 360 cameras using their flow state stabilization. So the way I work around this issue is just turning stabilization off completely. That's what I do on my normal action cameras like the Ace Pro 2, and what I was planning to do on the X5 when using it with ND filters was just turning flow state stabilization off. But just the other day I was reframing some footage inside of the Insta360 Studio and I saw under the flow state stabilizations option there was a new stabilization setting, and this setting is called jitter restoration. Stabilization in 360 cameras is unlike any stabilization setup within any other camera. I don't know how to explain it, but the way it stabilizes and works is very interesting. So if I were to be filming right now from a POV angle and I turn to the left, the angle is going to continue looking straight, if that makes sense. And that is kind of the way it stabilizes. And this would, especially with ND filters applied, introduce a very large amount of motion blur, because if I'm looking to the left and the camera is still pointing to the right, you're just going to see a bunch of motion blur. And eventually the camera angle will catch up if I keep looking to the left, for example. That's the right. And then if I were to turn flow state stabilization off, no matter what direction I point the 360 camera in, whatever reframing angle I choose, it will stay locked onto that with no stabilization at all and follow the camera's movements or my head movements if I'm doing a POV shot, for example. And this was the method I was gonna do when using ND filters on the X5 to eliminate that jitter motion blur effect when the camera is trying to stabilize the footage. But the jitter restoration option is a best of both worlds. The way the jitter restoration works, it's a more traditional style of stabilization that normal action cameras use, for example. So instead of the way 360 cameras usually stabilize, when you turn the lens, it kind of keeps the direction locked, if that makes sense, when you turn it. It is gonna follow whatever angle you have reframed, but applying that traditional action camera stabilization style, which is going to eliminate a lot, not all, but a lot of that jitter motion blur effect that you would have gotten just using the normal flow state stabilization option within 360 cameras. It's very hard to explain how it works with just my words, so I'm going to replay the same shot 3 times with the different stabilization options. The first one is the normal flow state stabilization that 360 cameras use. And as you can see, when I turn my head, the camera kind of stays locked in the direction that it's going, and it creates a lot of that jittery motion blur effect. The next option is having stabilization turned completely off, and this looks really, really cool, super action packed. The camera follows whatever the movement does as long as the angle is set up properly, and this is the option I was gonna go with until this new software update came out. And this is how jitter restoration looks. It follows the camera the same as if I had flow state stabilization turned off, but with a little bit of stabilization applied, which makes it look super, super cool and is the option I'm going to be using most of the time, and is also the option I've been using throughout most of the motovlog shots in this video.
We're back on the bike, we're switching it up now. We've got the third person rear POV angle, same settings, still shooting 5.7K, but we'll see how this looks. And of course, we've got the mic connected still, so we're gonna be motovlogging like this on the way back. All of a sudden, the clouds have come out, they just spawned out of nowhere. It actually looks like a storm might be brewing back there. It's chasing me right now, which is good and bad because we can now see how the X5 with the ND filters looks in overcast, cloudy conditions, as well as when it was sunny before. That's good. Yo, no way. This is where I saw the other cruiser style bike over there. The same intersection from over there, and I see another cruiser. That's so sick. What a coincidence. I've always wanted to get the third person shot with beautiful realistic motion blur, so I know this is going to look sick. It is on that long pole, so there's probably going to be a lot of jitters because it bounces around, but I think it's going to look sick either way. We got the cruiser behind us still. Get a cool shot of him. That's a nice one. It looks really good. Wow, his exhaust was so close to scraping. Also, I'll quickly mention, I got this new white hoodie. It looks sick from Odyssey Apparel. It's also armored, fully armored. It has back protection, shoulder protection, arm protection, everything like that. And it looks sick. White matches the boots. I always get comments asking what gear I use, and this is definitely a piece of gear that I can highly recommend. If you're interested in getting this hoodie, you can use code J to save a bit of money. Super comfy, they look sick, and they protect you as well. Not as much as leathers. Okay, a hoodie will never really replace proper jacket and leathers, but when you're just going out cruising, it's definitely better to have armored hoodie over just a normal hoodie or not even wearing any gear at all. If you like it, check it out. Links in the description. You can use code J to save a bit of money. Onto the highway. It's bouncing around back there. We got a speed camera ahead. That speed camera is camping. Luckily, we don't speed.
And there it is. ND filters for 360 cameras officially exist. I'm so excited to see what other creative shots I can continue to get with this setup. And lastly, the price of these, unfortunately, they are not cheap, and obviously for good reason. These were pretty much impossible to create, and they somehow engineered these and manufactured them to become a reality. The price for me is justifiable because of the creative shots you're able to get, but yeah, it's not a filter set where you get the ND16, the ND32, and the ND64 in one. You can only, at least for now, buy them separately. Each ND filter level is 100 Australian dollars, or I think around 60 US dollars. So if you wanted to get all of the filter levels, it would be around 300 Australian dollars, which is a lot for an ND filter set. But the fact that they even exist is amazing and is going to push the 360 camera game even further. So that's it for this one. The day has finally come. ND filters for 360 cameras. If you enjoyed, please let me know by showing this vid some respect. And if you want to watch another one like this, click up here and I'll see you over there.